Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a good rack. It's balanced between vowels and consonants, no duplicates. I've got a scoring tile in the Z, but I do not have a bingo. I'm looking to see if I can get my Z on one of these double letter squares. I don't think I can. I've got fizz as a 4-letter play. Rack leave not ideal, AOS. So is there something better than fizz? I'm wondering about pos. But 8 points is quite a lot for playing the extra tile. So I think I will go with fizz for 36. Pretty good. That looks very close to a bingo. There could be a 7 here. And I've got a few floaters to consider. So I have feet-ons and Stanhope through the P. Can't see anything with the H. What about the I? Well, the I looks promising, but I can't see anything. And I can't see anything with the Z. So at the moment, I've just got feet-ons and Stanhope. And hopefully my opponent will be distracted by the Z, and he is. Now, is there a 7 here? Tax takes an A, so there could be a really big play in column 11. Is there a 7? If there is, it'll be pretty high probability. I haven't seen it yet. So I'm just considering opening tiles. Can't see anything beginning with A or E. Well, it'll be a big miss if there is a 7 there, but I'm not seeing it. I do have a bingo through the P. I think Stanhope is better than feet-ons because feet-ons opens up row O. So Stanhope for 73. Not great, but certainly not a disaster. The 2 U's are bad, but it's good to have an S, and the second S is not a disaster. There could be a bingo here. I've got the OUS ending. I thought for a moment I had rumours. I would if one of my S's were an R. So I've got the OUS ending with MURS. I've got the Sir prefix. So surmounts through the right pair of floaters. I have humour beginning with the H. $20 points for my opponent, so I've got a 50 or 60 point lead, which is pretty good. I'm about to abandon looking for a bingo with this rack. I don't have an A or I for going after tax, so I'd like to play off both U's. So a play of Umu, Umus or Sumu would work. And I could play that underneath the X, and that takes out the danger of column 12. And I think I will play the extra S for 1 more point. ORS is a better rack leave than ORSS. But is there a better placement for Umu? Do I have anything in column 8 through the T? Can't see anything, so I'm going with this. Quite nice. I think through an N, I may have N frozen. Not totally sure about that, but there's no N currently available. Through a T, I would have softener and resoften. Let me consider the floaters that are actually available. So there's the V, can't see anything with that. F and V go badly together. There's the S. I thought for a moment I had foreseen. Well, I do through an E, but not through an S, and there's no E's available. New floaters, a Y, and a V in a slightly different spot. So what about the U and the S? Umus has not completely killed column 11 because an I or an A could still go after tax, and I would say is likely to go there. So I'm not seeing a bingo with this rack. Am I abandoning hope too soon? What about the S? I've got the Ness ending. Can't see anything. And IT is available for a 9-letter play beginning something something IT. Not seeing anything there. So the tile to get rid of is the F, both because it's non-bingo-y and in order to score. I can't burn the F and play parallel to Umus. I don't have anything great through the U. Just pausing there in case I have a bingo through the U, but I don't think I do. Now my F can go in front of the Y. So I can do this. I can do FE for 26. I'm opening up a really nice 7-letter bingo lane in row N, which is fine because either I will go there, or if my opponent goes there, he'll be providing access to row O, and this rack leave is the best rack leave available from this rack. Just pausing in case there's a better F spot, and I don't think there is. Pretty good. That looks fairly bingo-y. I have endorses onto the S of Umus, and also endorse above the T of Vorant and below it. So I am bingoing this go. Endorse also playing in row N. Wow, nice bingo by my opponent. No need to challenge it because we're playing Void Challenge. He's taken out one of my spots. Firstly, let me consider if there are any other 7s with this rack. I've seen endorse. Is there any other 7-letter bingo? Not that I can see. So I have endorse and fed. That places an E over this triple word square, which is pretty volatile. I've got endorses in row B through the S for a lower score, but it's providing 2 opportunities, one in column 1 and one in row A, so it has some merit. If I play endorse and et, then column 15 is available for hooks for that. So what I'm really looking for is a better bingo. I certainly do have a bingo with this rack, but every bingo I've considered is pretty dangerous. I have a rodents through a T. Now, do I have anything through the D of regaged? Well, endorsed doesn't work. Can't see anything else. Umus doesn't take anything after it. Now, what about a play through the V? Can't see anything. Well, this is a tricky spot. I think this is probably best. 70 points. Although it would be 76 points playing in row N. Well, I think placing an E above this triple word square is worth sacrificing 6 points to avoid doing. Okay, I'm going with this. Not good. I do have an 80-point lead. That could be swallowed up or have a large chunk taken out of it because there are quite a few scoring spots on this board. And I'm going to struggle to leave a decent rack leave. Wow. Nice bingo by my opponent. 91 points. He moves into an 8-point lead. Interesting, he had the C and the B. And 3 A's. Wow. Probably almost any other bingo I would have played would have offered him fewer opportunities. Okay. So, no point crying over spilt milk. Carabao takes an S. For future reference, still 1 S to come. What can I do with this rack? I've got boot and bill. That doesn't help. Well, what about placing my B on this triple letter square? So I could play Boyle, 24 points, a half decent score, rack leave, pretty much as good as I could hope for. Now, do I have something similar, placing the B next to the A of Carabao? Don't think so. I have Boliti through an E. So I'm going with Boyle. Quite nice. I have the Q with the U. So that's a good thing to have. Do I have any good scoring spots? Duplicate N, not great. Wow. Another bingo from my opponent. He is on fire and he's gone into a 70-point lead. And I'm in a tricky spot. Still 25 tiles to come, but both blanks have gone. And I'm not close to a bingo. Still 1 S to come. Column 1 quite hot with this P. But I can't take advantage of it with the Q. I'd like to play off Q and U soon because they're not bingo-y. How can I do that? And it would be good to split up the duplicate N. So through an I would have Quinol, no I available. And although Q and U is a good thing to have, so in some ways I don't mind keeping them, the difficulty is scoring if I just play the remaining tiles. I don't have anything using the P, for example, or running underneath the R of Prancer. 9 minutes on my clock, 25 tiles to come. Loquat through an A. I've got Sook down from the S of Endorser. I'm looking around for the scoring tiles on the board to see if I've got anything which retains the Q and the U and scores something half decent. Quorn isn't good. Quota onto an A. Can't see anything through this O. QI available. That's not worth doing. Can't see anything through the O of Endorser. Toke onto an E. So I could play Quote, which gets over the 20-point mark. Rack leaves horrendous. But no N's to come. 2 L's to come. I think this is just about better than changing, but only just. I think I do need to keep scoring because my opponent's 70 points in front, and if I change, he could get a 30 or 40 point play, and suddenly a bingo isn't going to be enough. So I'm going with this. Well, not bad. That could have been worse. I've drawn some vowels, which is good. 3 vowels out of the 4 tiles I picked up. Nothing great involving the P, but I can see that going. Well, it hasn't gone, but opponent scored 40 points, so he's in a strong position. He's 80 points in front. Only 16 tiles to come, although they are fairly bingo-y. But after this P gets taken out, the board is going to be quite tight. So should I leave the P available? I think I may have to, in the sense that even if I wanted to use it, I'm not sure I can. I could play join through the O, but that isn't opening up anything. Still 1D to come. I could play gins, which might spook my opponent, or gift him a high score if he's got the D. Certainly the rack leaves not too bad, although not great. What about playing through this E? Well, I don't have any JE plays that work in that spot. Can't see a way of getting the J tripled in rows J or F. I've got Ginny with the second I. Can't see anywhere fabulous for that, or anywhere at all. I think I will play gins for 24. Let me consider the remaining vowels. 11 out of 23. Okay, a very balanced bag, so this could go badly wrong, or I could get lucky. Well, that's fairly good. It's not a bingo, but I've avoided being swamped in vowels. But I've also avoided the D for gins. Okay, that spot gets taken out, but it could have been worse because my opponent has opened up column 2 as a bingo lane. I don't think rag-like and gar-like are good. 9 tiles left and I'm 100 points behind. So, can I score with the K? My K can go between the A and the E. Although that would take out row A as a bingo lane. 4 minutes on my clock. Now my K can go above the Y. So I could play KI in this spot. Still 2 I's to come. Glare, not a bad rack leave. It's retaining the AGE ending for column 2. I'm scoring 35 points, which is good. So I am burning the I for the IC ending, but I don't think that's massively likely when I'm retaining the G. So I'm going with this. And I draw the D for gins, which is good. I have Gladia on my rack. Can't see anywhere for that. Can't see anything ending with C. Don't think Gladia's got any anagrams. Column 15 is a bingo lane, hooking the L. So there are a few lanes on this board. And I think Gladia does have an anagram. I think Glad is good, but that also doesn't play. And I'm mainly looking at column 2 for 7-letter bingos. Column 15 only available for 7-letter bingos beginning with a vowel. Now, is there a bingo through an O? Don't think so. Quite a few 9s with this rack plus an O, but I can't see an 8. Unless Dialoger is good. But if it is, it doesn't play through the O of Endorser or the O of Stanhope. N and O available for bingos ending with A. So that would probably begin IN. Can't see anything ending in A. 7 tiles left. Only 2 scoring tiles, the W and the M. Column 3 available for bingos beginning with V or going through IV. Nice score for my opponent. And he takes out row 8, which was probably the highest scoring bingo lane. Column 2 is going to give my opponent the opportunity of playing in column 1. So nowhere for Gladiator and Glad. Wet takes nothing in front. 3 minutes on my clock. 3 tiles in the bag. I want to hang on to the D. I'd like to get rid of G and I. IG, not a word. Sorry, I'd like to get rid of G. The rest of the rack is pretty good. So where can my G play? Well, I could play UG. But it would be nice to leave exactly 1 in the bag. So I could play GI for 13. And the reason for leaving 1 in the bag is if I leave 2, then my opponent can play off just 1 tile and I bingo, but I draw a single tile, so my opponent gets an extra turn. And I don't want to do that. AD, ELR, not a great rack lead. DLR don't go hugely well together. 2 minutes on my clock. Is there something better than this? 13 points, really pretty low. $10 for playing above gins. Okay, I'm playing. I have Udala and Allured, neither of which... yes, Allured plays in column 15. Wow. Okay. Is it going to be enough? Probably not. My opponent could have a bingo himself in column 2. Or indeed column 15. So I think my only hope of winning is maybe if my opponent plays 1 tile, hoping that he himself will be able to bingo on the following turn. But I think that's unlikely. Yeah, 31 points, that's probably going to be enough for him. He's only going to lose 8 on countback. And he's 115 points ahead. So I have Allured. What I also have is Udala in column 1. Having set up the gins hook, I momentarily overlooked it. So Udala for 91, but is not going to be enough, unfortunately. It's going to take me to 420. But certainly Udala much better than Allured, so I'm going with it. And the final score, 442 to me, 449 to my opponent, a winning margin of just 7 points. So well done to my opponent, a very exciting game. Let's see what I missed. Wow, I didn't think it was going to be as close as 7. I thought it was more like 20, but 7 points it was. It shows the importance of my opponent's immediately prior move of means for 31. So, my opening rack, and I went with Fizz, that looks fine. Great rack for my opponent, no bingo. Plays Tax, and Stanhope and Phaetons. plus phonates. There was a third anagram through the P, but nothing else. So Stanhope's fine. Opponent with both V's plays Varant. Nice play. Sumo, J9. Ah, making Zars and Zoo. Interesting. What did I do? Oh, wow, what a shame. I just needed to stick that S in front of Umu instead of after it for... Well, and replaced a U with an O, so it's Sumo. Yep, Sumu, not good. Okay, so 8 more points, but I'm keeping the U rather than the O. Sumo's still probably a better play. Opponent's rack. He plays Tivy. Great, I didn't miss a bingo here. I thought I may have done. I play FE for 26, and I think that's fine. The suggestions here all are 4-letter plays which open up row O, and I don't think that's worth doing. Opponent's rack, he's got a 1,000,001 bingos, plays Regaged, and nearly draws level, so I've got a 13-point lead at this point, and this is a painful rack. I couldn't see a good spot to play. It looks like I considered all of the bingos, so N2, yes, N4. Well, I didn't explicitly mention that, but I don't think that's particularly great. C8. Yeah, that's the one I played. B1. Yeah, thought about that. N3. Yeah. That's all of these row N plays have the problem of opening up row O. And endorser F8. Yeah, that opens up column 15. So all of the placements were problematic. But as luck would have it, the player I chose gave my opponent a massive 91-point bingo, but credit to him for spotting it. It's a very hard bingo to see. And at this point, I am 8 points behind. So what do? I played Boyle for 24. And there are quite a few other similar moves. And look what my opponent picks up from the bag. His reward for spotting that really tricky bingo. He has Prancer and also Parsner available. And he now moves into a bingo lead. I struggled with this rack. I played Quote, but Quoth was available for 14 more points. So Quoth would have been a better play. My opponent's rack, rather. He plays DFI. And now G, B14. Okay, horrible rack lead, but decent score. I played Gins for 24. And I prefer my play. I'm really not going to bingo after G, and I'm so far behind that I do need a bingo. So I still like the Gins play. Opponent plays Wipe. Now, did I miss a bingo here? No, I didn't. Great. And I played Kai for 35, and I still like that. Glare is a lot better rack lead than Leg. Opponent plays Wool. I do have bingos here, but they don't play. I13. Aside. Wow. Okay, 42 points, but that burns the D. And 42 points isn't enough for me. I need a bingo. So I play Gi for 13. Opponent plays Meanies for 31, which is a great play. And finally I have Udala for 91, which is nearly enough, but isn't enough. And those are the scores, just 7 points in it after a brutal struggle. So, pretty good game. I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I will see you next time.